All right, notes for Tristan. This is lesson 6.2. 6.2 slope-intercept form. An equation whose graph is a line is a linear equation. I gave you two examples, y equals 3x minus 4 and f of x equals 3/5 x plus 5. The y-intercept, often written as the lowercase b, is the y-coordinate of the point where, that should say where, the line crosses the y-axis. The slope-intercept form of a linear equation is y equals mx plus b, where b is the y-intercept and m is the slope. So our first example says to find slope in the y-intercept. So basically we need to solve for y. How are we going to do that? Well, first of all, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So I have y equals negative 3x plus 2. So my slope is negative 3 and my intercept is 2. On this other example, I'm going to divide every stinking term. Remember, we divide every term by a negative 3, so y equals negative 3x minus 2. So my slope is negative 3 and my intercept is negative 2. Now I asked all the students in class, what did they notice about these two lines? What is special about this? And hopefully you see that they are parallel. Hopefully you see they're parallel lines because they have the same slope and different y-intercepts. All right, now we're going to write the equation of a line with the given slope and the y-intercept. So here you have examples in your textbook. All you're going to do is substitute in the m and the b modeling this equation. Pretty basic. So y equals negative 1/4 x plus b, or y equals negative 5x minus 2. Okay? All right, next we have to write equations of the lines. You have two lines here. On the Smart file, one was red and one was black, so that's how we're going to look at them. You'll see in your notes that you'll see a red one and a black one if you check on My Big Campus. This is actually the red one. Okay, so let's focus on the black one first. If I want to write an equation for this line, the first thing I have to find out is where it crosses the y-axis, and that is at the point 1, 2, 3, 4. And what is the slope? Well, if I pick 2 points on this line, say this point and this point, I see that it has a slope of negative 4 over 2, which equals negative 2. So the equation to this is y equals a negative 2x plus 4. Now if we look at the red line, I'm going to pick this point and this point, and I see that it crosses the y-axis at negative 1, so my y-intercept is negative 1. If I count slope, I go up 1 and then over 1, 2, 3, so it has a slope of 1/3. So this equation is y equals 1/3 x minus 1. The next question is the ordered pair on the graph of the given equation? Meaning, does this ordered pair make this true? So all we do is we sub in for x and y. So instead of having y equals a negative 2x minus 3, I'm going to write 5 equals a negative 2 times a negative 4 minus 3. Well, negative 2 times negative 4 is 8, and 8 minus 3 is 5, and 5 does equal 5. So this is true, so the answer is yes. The department store offered a Black Friday special, $5 off the total purchase, so that's T, total purchase is T, of all regular priced Waterford goblets. That's my other variable, G, goblets. The glassware is regularly priced at $12 each. Write an equation to model the situation and then graph. So we're going to model this, y equals mx plus b. Well, I know that my total purchases equals $12 per goblet minus the $5 coupon or the $5 off for their special. So that's my equation. So if I let this be the number of goblets and I let the other axis be the total, then I can just pick any number. So if I let G equal 1, then T equals 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 1 point. If I let G equal 2, then T equals 19. And in class we counted by 5s, I believe. But anyway, you kind of get the idea. Make sure you check the notes on My Big Campus for that. And then I also have another word problem. It says a software company started with 2 employees. In 6 months, the company had 7 employees. The number of employees increased at a steady rate. Instead of writing an equation, we just asked in class to write a graph, make a graph. So you really don't have as much information to write an equation, but you do have 2 key ideas. One is in time, and the other one are 2 key counting methods, time, and one is in months. So when I started my company, I had 2 employees, and then 6 months later, I had 7 employees. Well, if I wanted to represent a start time, that would be 0, and the number of employees, don't pay any attention to me. This should be employees, I'm so sorry. The number of employees is 2, and then 6 months later, time is 6, and my number of employees is 7. So if I wanted to graph that, if I let time go on the bottom and number of employees on the side, I have the point 0, 2, and then I have the point 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, which is about right here. So I could graph that. Okay, I'm able to draw a straight line because, Tristan, you see right here it says it increased at a steady rate. That's why I'm able to draw a straight line. Okay, last set. All right, write an equation given 2 points on the line. This is probably the most challenging thing that we're going to do. I broke it up into 3 steps. The first thing that we need to do is find the slope, and that is using the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I have 5 minus a negative 3, or 5 plus 3, over a negative 2 minus 7. So my slope is a negative 8 ninths. So that's what m is. M equals negative 8 ninths. Okay? Then if I use the slope and one of the ordered pairs to solve for the y-intercept, let's use the ordered pair 7, negative 3 and see what that does for us. So I'm going to substitute in for x and y. So I'm going to rewrite this as negative 3 equals negative 8 ninths times 7 over 1 plus b. So I have to get rid of this fraction. I need to get rid of this fraction mess right here first. So I'm going to multiply these straight across. So I have negative 3. That doesn't show up very well. Negative 3 equals negative 56 over 9 plus b. So solving for b, I'm going to have to add 56 ninths to both sides. So we talked about this in class. Well, let's rewrite this as 3 over 1. And then if I multiply it by 9, that's the same thing as 27 over 1. So if I multiply by 9, I get negative 27 over 1. So let's do that. Negative 27 over 9. Sorry. So when I add negative 27 and 56 together, I find out that b equals 29 over 9. So now I know what my y-intercept is, and I know what my slope is. So lastly, I can just take those and plug them into the equation. Y equals m, negative 8/9 x, plus b, 29 over 9. Okay. Last one says to find the value of a so that the graph of the equation has the given slope. So this is a typo. It should actually say y equals 4ax minus 2. That's the first thing you need to know. This right here represents my slope, which equals -1. So I need to make this equal -1. Well, let's just write an equation saying that 4a has to equal -1. Divide both sides by 4, and I find out that the value of a has to be -1/4. Okay? Now your homework assignment is posted on My Big Campus as well as the notes. Good luck. Thanks.